Hi guys, welcome back to the Ed Recovery Blog YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of having a recovery mindset in your life. When you're in recovery, you really need to put your recovery first, and it needs to be your biggest priority because it really does take a lot of your time and a lot of your energy, and if you don't put it at the very front of your life, it's going to be a lot easier to let other things get ahead of it, which really isn't what you want because getting better is really the most important thing for you at this time. Recovery, a lot like life, takes many tries, and you have to be comfortable not giving up when things get hard. So everybody says recovery is not a straight line. There are going to be relapses along the way, but that shouldn't mean that you should give up. There's always going to be something that happens in your life and in your recovery that isn't going to always be perfect, but you have to keep fighting. And that's something really important to keep in your mindset. Another important thing about having a strong recovery mindset is your eating disorder is very sneaky. You need to have this strong mindset because a lot of times eating disorder thoughts will try to get in to your mind and they're going to try to tell you that you want this and this is what you really want, but really it's more of your eating disorder voice telling you those things. And so having a very strong recovery mindset, knowing I want to recover, I want to get better, I know that this is what's best for me, is a very great thing because you're able to push those thoughts of your eating disorder telling you to act on behaviors or to things like that in your eating disorder, that it really helps you to stay on track and not to fall back into another relapse. We have some tips here on how to improve your recovery mindset. The first thing is recovery affirmations. Now we talk about affirmations a lot and at first they kind of seem silly and like it's not going to work, but affirmations are scientifically proven to really help change your point of view on the world, change your mindset, change your self-worth, and they really are powerful tools that we can use in our recovery. So making recovery affirmations, that is something that you can see often or something that's on your phone or your lock screen or something like that, you're going to see it all the time, and eventually, even if at first it doesn't always seem like 100% real, it might after a few times or maybe even after hundreds of times of you reading it. Another thing is to make recovery a priority. This is something that's not as tangible as recovery affirmations, but it is something that you can actively do in your life. So for example, if you are in some kind of extracurricular activity and you don't want to miss a practice because you have to go to therapy, you might want to reconsider thinking that really therapy is the most important thing for you right now. All of those other hobbies, all those other interests are going to be there for you after you get to a stronger point in your recovery, but right now, recovery has to take the priority. And so really practicing getting to the point where you can prioritize your recovery as being the number one thing that you need to do can really help to keep you in the mindset that recovery is the most important thing. Another thing is to have people that are supportive of your recovery that can help you see your voice versus the eating disorder voice. This is something that can be really tough for a lot of people and often gets stronger throughout your recovery, but it is so important because a lot of times people will start to think that their eating disorder voice is really their voice when in actuality, it's really not. They're two separate things. You don't want the same things that your eating disorder wants, and it can really be helpful to separate those two voices and say, is this a what I really want voice, or is this an eating disorder voice? And having someone that's in your recovery that is super helpful for you or super supportive or really understands eating disorders that can kind of walk you through and say, you know what, I think that this might be your eating disorder voice, can help you to see things a little bit clearer and to make your mindset a little bit more strong. Our last tip to improve your recovery mindset is to make a why I'm recovering list that you see each day. So for example, you can write down a list and it can say your reasons for recovery. For example, you really want to be able to go on a trip next year, or you really want to be able to pursue that career that you want to do, or just a hobby. I really love writing poetry, so I want to be able to do that better and have a more clear mind, and I know that I can do that when I'm further along in my recovery. And so keep this list that you have somewhere that you can see it often, like your bathroom mirror, again, your phone lock screen, on your computer, sticky notes, anything like that where you're gonna see it often, because this is gonna remind you each day that my recovery is the most important thing, because this is what I need to do to get to be able to do all these things that I know that I truly and deeply love. And it's gonna take some time, and it's not that you're gonna automatically be able to put recovery 100% first, but I promise you can do it, and it really, really is important. So that's all of the things that we have to talk about today. If you have any tips for improving your recovery mindset, please leave them below in the comments. We'd love to hear them and to spread the word with other people in our community. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!